U.S. farmers are regretting their vote for Donald Trump after their business suffers. Womp womp. Since China implemented their tariffs, farmers are suffering because soybean farmers, especially in the Midwest, are not being able to export as much as they're used to. I wonder why. Yet they voted for him anyway. They voted for him about 2 or 3 times, actually. I don't know how you thought voting for him would help you in your business when creating tariffs will probably hurt you. And he's said he's going to do this multiple times. But, another example of Americans thinking that other parts of the world need them the most. Brazil is the #1 soybean import for China. They don't need the U.S. Brazil is steadily increasing the production year after year after year, while the U.S. has remained stagnant. And y'all thought Donald Trump getting in office will help y'all? You put somebody in office who directly hinders your business. I need these people to take a survey so I can understand why they make the decisions that they do. But again, womp womp. You put somebody in office because of reasons, and now you're paying the price because of those same reasons. You just thought they wouldn't affect you.
And I told you that Donald Trump is intent on hurting all of us. I wasn't kidding. I think the millionaires and the billionaires finally got the message. So I'm going to show you a short clip from MSNBC in which there was a CEO from Citadel. His name is Ken Griffin, who also happens to be one of the mega donors for Donald Trump and also for the Republican Party in general. And I want you to listen to his words. And I want you to hear his words. And although he didn't say it, his words are dripping with regret. Regret that he actually pushed Donald Trump upon us. Listen up.
The United States was more than just a nation. It's a brand. It's a universal brand, whether it's our culture, our financial strength, our military strength. America rose beyond just being a country. It was like an aspiration for most of the world. And we're eroding that brand right now.
And I agree with him. Donald Trump has erased what makes America great. And this is absolutely devastating. Thoughts?
So farmers and a lot of people who voted for this administration is currently angry with themselves. Not only did they vote against undocumented migrants, they actually voted against their own interests. Imagine voting against people who work in your farm, in your office and all that. Now you can no longer afford to pay other people who happen to be maybe Americans to come work for you because they are charging higher. And for farmers, they voted against undocumented people who works in their farm, and now they are regretting their vote. Anyway, guys, I have some clips which I'm going to share. Let's go watch them. Then we come back with the commentary. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. And credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch right now. Then we come back with the commentary.
Finally, Donald Trump helped hoteliers and farmers. Watch this.
One of the things I am doing, though, is I'm also making it easier on the farmers and the hotels and everything, because you have a lot of farmers that they're not going to be able to do their crops and pick up the corn and do all of the things that they do so incredibly well. So we're making it so that if a farmer can give recommendations to people, we're going to be very soothing in terms of perhaps letting that farmer have, they're sort of responsible. Yes. And we're going to have the farmer take responsibility. But, ultimately, at some point, we want the people to go out, come back as legal. And we're going to send, as you probably know, we're doing a self-deportation.
What that? What did we just watch? What does making farmers soothing mean? What, are they going to give them massages and play Enya into their ears? Am I missing something here? These guys need work. These guys need work. These guys need workers. No, not soothing. What does do crops mean? By the way, this is an interview with a Spanish reporter that was asking about how their workers are having difficulty coming into the country to do farming and get work and everything else on that level. And this was Donald Trump's response to that person. It's amazing. Do farming and soothing and self-deportation. Oh man, this is so dire. Look, Donald Trump has not only affected them with their tariffs, with all the other things that are going on, with the difficulties that are happening, all of the stuff that's causing all these problems, and at the same time, he is just not understanding the plight of these people. This is the backbone of the USA. They really need to help him. They need workers. They need farmers. They need pickers. They need all these things. There's a report that's coming out right now that farms in the USA are just allowing people to come and take the crop because they don't have enough people to pick it. So rather than it being just, rotting away and disappearing, they'll allow their local sort of friends and partners to just come and pick it and take it to their home. Now, the one positive of this is that he is kind of trying to now understand that they need migrants. This is the positive of this video, apart from all that other stuff that he was talking about. I mean, if you want to understand what it is like to have a billionaire businessman talk about farming, which I don't think he's ever been on a farm. Maybe he's been on a farm. Maybe. I think he's talked to farmers. This is that video, because there is a clear disconnect with what they actually need and what he's talking about. Donald Trump, they don't need Enya. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, peace. I'm Alvarez. Catch you later.
Lots and lots of farmers are really going to regret this, including the ones who say, I didn't know that this was going to affect me so soon. A lot of them didn't know it was going to affect them so soon. So you knew there was going to be consequences, but you didn't know it was going to affect you as soon as he entered. You thought it was going to affect other people. You forgot that you have undocumented migrants who are working in your farm. Instead of you trying as much as possible, voting for them, voting for, anything policies that will help them to stay back in the country and help you out with your farm, you decided to vote for somebody who said it over and over again that he was going to deport, mass deportation of all time, deport all the undocumented immigrants in the country. And right now, because your farm is suffering, people are no longer able, you're not able to pick up the crops in your farm anymore. You're not able to find pickers. Now you're giving out your produce to people for free. Come pick up and just go to your house so it doesn't go to waste. Now you no longer make as much money as you invested in the first place. Now you are now finding out, what is this called again? FAFO is a FAFO season, guys. Now farmers are the ones, going through all of this, and they are currently not happy with the whole consequences of everything that they are facing, and they wish that they had done better. But guys, it is what it is. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment, guys. What do you think about all of these farmers coming out here to really cry for us?
Caleb Ragland is the president of the American Soybean Association, and he just wrote an op-ed for a right-wing publication, and he said in there, quote, "Like many of my fellow farmers, I voted for President Donald Trump in the past 3 elections. The president won me over with his commitment to business-friendly tax cuts, as well as his track record of reducing regulation and cutting government spending. I am one of 500,000 soybean farmers in America who feels the pain. As a businessman, President Trump must know how urgent this is." Does he? Is he? Anyway, he goes on to say, "The current trade war with China is a gamble with American livelihoods, especially for farmers, those of us who grew up with soil and sweat, who can't imagine doing anything else. Mr. President, I hope you hear our plea. Please make a deal with China now." Yeah, so he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. There is no deal to be had. As of now, the majority of Trump's base is sticking with him on these tariffs, but it's gonna catch up with them. They're gonna realize sooner or later there are no deals. He is not the deal maker. He screwed up. And no, China is not begging and pleading and knocking on our door.
So China just canceled 1,200 metric tons of pork from the United States. This would have been the all-time largest pork shipment to China ever, worth billions to the United States farm industry. They have decided to go with another country to get their pork now, and our farmers and hog farmers are going to be stuck with nothing because their orders have just all been canceled. They have decided to order all their pork from Spain now and not deal with U.S. pork suppliers. So, yeah, we're never going to run out of bacon over here, but those farmers are going to be in trouble. Those hog farmers are in major trouble now. So,
imagine canceling 1,200 metric tons of pork. These farmers will be crying out loud right now because that's a huge amount of, pork for them to make a lot of money. That's a lot of money that have gone to another country and not these farmers. They will be freaking out. Trust me, they will be freaking out. This is not what they all called for. I don't think they wanted this. I don't think this was what they voted for. I don't think they wanted this to happen. I don't think that this is exactly what they thought will happen. Maybe they have other plans, but this is happening to them right now, and freaking out is just by the corner. So definitely they will not be happy about it. And that's why you have a lot of them, suing the administration because of all the tariff that has been placed on, different countries where they sell their goods to. And of course, for everything that is happening to them right now, they are going through a lot. And some of them, they've had this farm for years in their families, 20 years, 50 years, 100 and something years. And now they're about to shut down or sell to, bigger cooperatives. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Okay, as we see these farmers who are just finding out that they have far food. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Bye, guys.